Bro, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now, because what I'm about to show you is genuinely one of the most embarrassing moments in hip-hop history. We're talking about a man who spent 15 years telling the world he was untouchable, the biggest boss, the man who never had to think about money because money was infinite. And right now, in 2024, 50 Cent is sitting back his head off because the receipts finally caught up. Stay with me, because the detail that lands at the end of this video, the one that made the entire internet lose its mind, is something nobody saw coming, not even close. Alright, let's rewind real quick so you understand exactly how we got here. Rick Ross came out of Carroll City, Florida in 2006 with Hustlin', debuted #1 on the Billboard 200, signed to Def Jam, and built one of the most convincing boss personas hip-hop has ever seen. No cap, the man was genuinely impressive. Maybach Music Group, Meek Mill, Wale, Teflon Don going platinum, buying Evander Holyfield's 235-acre Georgia estate for $5.8 million. On paper, this looks like a real empire. And here's the thing, bro. It was real. The Wingstop franchises were real. The real estate was real. At peak MMG, Forbes had this man earning millions annually across music, touring, and business. So when people started whispering that the wheels might be coming off, most people dismissed it. That's just hating, right? Wrong. Here's where it gets crazy. 3 things happened almost simultaneously, and each one was worse than the last. First, images start circulating of Rick Ross on a commercial flight, economy class. The same man who has a lyric about private jets on basically every album he has ever made, sitting in a regular seat like the rest of us, eating pretzels. And bro, in hip-hop culture, flying private is not just a preference, it is a statement. It means you made it. So when Drake clocked it and put it in a verse that reached millions of people, the internet treated it like a confession. Then, the watch situation. Serious people in the luxury watch community, guys who analyze dial details frame by frame for a living, started publicly questioning whether the AP Ross was rocking in his own videos was actually authentic. Ross said there is only one like it in the world. The watch community said, yeah, that's because it might not be real. And without a clear, verified response, the narrative just kept growing.
For the ones who want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is? Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's where my jet at. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy and Ball Greasy at the Escape the States vibe. Better stop worrying about what rich niggas doing. Shit, if I send my jet to go pick my mama up and I fly motherfucking commercial, that's what I do for mama. If I send a jet to go drop her off, I walk for mama. Just so that shit y'all on, I miss that. Since it's a big deal for Rose to fly commercial sometimes, I might have to buy me a wing at the Atlanta airport.
But wait for it, because the Georgia Department of Revenue showed up with actual paperwork. A tax execution filed in late 2024 for unpaid state taxes totaling just under $65,000. Now some people online said that's nothing for a man worth $150 million. Stay with me though, because here is the detail that changes everything. That bill originally started at $29,000 back in 2021. It sat unpaid for 3 years. 3 years, interest stacked, penalty stacked, and Georgia had to file formal legal action to collect it. A man reportedly worth $150 million let a $29,000 tax bill go unpaid for 3 years until the state came knocking. 50 Cent saw every single one of these moments, and bro, he did not miss. He was posting daily, surgical. Every new piece of information got connected back to the narrative he has been building since 2009. The economy flight, the watch, the tax lien. 50 tied them all together into one story and delivered it to millions of followers with the comedic timing of someone who has been waiting a very long time to say, I told you so.
Come on, bro. You can see this. You don't need me to say that you know this. Yeah. Look at it. What kind of rich nigga cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass? You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Let me ask you.
The AC broken in the motherfucker.
Then the Millennium Tour flyer dropped, and this is where 50 genuinely went nuclear, because on that flyer, listed as special guest alongside Bow Wow, Omarion, Trey Songz, and Plies, was Rick Ross. Not a headliner, a special guest. 50's response on Instagram was immediate. Nobody noticed this fool is opening for Bow Wow. $30,000 a show, trying to sell wings and car show tickets. Bro, $30,000 a show. The man who rapped about being richer than his competition could ever count is taking $30,000 appearance fees on a nostalgia tour. Here is where the story takes a turn that makes everything else look minor. While all of this was happening, while the tax bill was sitting unpaid and the tour numbers were embarrassing and the internet was questioning the watch, Ross announced he was spending $5 million on Italian porcelain flooring for his Georgia estate. Antolini marble shipped from Italy. Then TMZ reported a $20 million renovation on his Star Island property in Miami, and child support court documents quietly revealed that Ross was spending $7,000 more per month than he was actually bringing in. Every single month running a deficit, and the financial media noted that his actual liquid net worth sits closer to $45 million, not the $150 million figure that gets thrown around. Because the difference between those two numbers is locked up in property and franchise equity that does not pay next month's bills. The brand was still shouting abundance. The bank account was quietly telling a very different story. Look, Rick Ross built something real, but here's the truth, no cap. He built a brand that required unlimited spending as proof of existence, and when the music money dried up, the lifestyle never adjusted. 50 Cent is not laughing because Rick Ross failed. He is laughing because for 15 years he said the math did not add up, and the Georgia Department of Revenue just agreed with him.
50 Cent trolls Rick Ross and Meek Mill after their Too Good to Be True album basically flopped. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I believe the album was okay, but hey, the people have spoken. You know what I'm saying? And then 50 over there like, Ross, I thought I'm irrelevant music-wise. Y'all remember Rick Ross is out here talking about 50 Cent, everything he do sucks. 50 Cent music's irrelevant, all these things, and then y'all out here flopping, man. What's going on, man? I guess the people really ain't, checking for a Ross and Meek Mill album. You know what I'm saying? You had Meek Mill over there. He ain't even post the album like that. He's like, if I would have posted it if it did 350K, but since it only did 35K, you know what I'm saying, I ain't posted, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, they did 35K first week. Y'all could have went out like City Girls and did 5, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, the album didn't do that well. 50 over there like...
The biggest boss built the most expensive prison for himself, and unlike the one he used to work at, bro, there is no key.